for any action. But the city's energy management team has been meeting for just about a year now, and part of the outcome of that process has been to develop a set of energy goals, short-term, mid-term, and long-term for the city. I've included that for you. I will just very briefly give you a rundown of what we've accomplished in the short term. We have completed the energy benchmarking for all city facilities and functions. We have scheduled and completed energy assessments on all city-owned properties. I want to be careful, it is not all properties, but all properties that are significant energy users where we have the ability to realize some savings. We've evaluated and planned for energy efficiency improvements following energy evaluations of these facilities. We've already started implementing some of these cost savings measures, whether it be motion sensors in some of the buildings, LED lights with the help of Indy Light and Power. And I want to compliment Kevin Seidels and his board at the power plant, because they have made that possible for us. And it is, quite honestly, exclusively to their effort that we are able to upgrade those streetlights.
Have you guys talked to Steve Marlowe and the people at
I have not talked to Mr. Marlowe yet.
Because I believe we should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, we have not talked with him yet. We do have our streetlight fixtures on order. They're coming in. We expect them here in November, and Kevin is going to try and get those put in as quickly as we can, because that's a pretty significant savings. I think it was about $42,000 a year just on streetlights that we can save on energy. But again, make sure you thank Kevin and the utility board for their effort on that. We are tracking and will be tracking and measuring city fleet fuel use. Our new fuel system is supposed to be shipped today. We will have it by the end of the week, and it should be installed next week. We are expanding the local grass, leaf, and wood waste compost facility. If you take a look at it today, you'll see that it's greatly expanded. And thank you, by the way, to the public for refraining from putting things in there that don't belong. I think that we've cut down on that over the last couple of weeks, so I appreciate that. We are in conversation about developing a food waste compost collection system. Again, discussion. We're looking at that as a possibility, as a test project with the school district. We have a lot more work to do, so we are not taking food waste at this point, but there are some things that are beneficial or could be beneficial there if we can come to the right recipe and the right balance, if you will, between our leaves and wood chips in conjunction with the food waste. We'll talk more about that before we get to that point. And we are also considering the implementation of building codes to encourage solar-ready construction for all new homes and businesses. That's something that's been talked about, having solar-ready homes. On the midterm goals, we're looking to install and update school and city trail educational signs. I know that's in the works. Completing an assessment of all city-owned properties to determine which are suitable for renewable energy installations. We've had that conversation. We're not doing enough building to where that is a high priority, but if there is new construction, we should be looking at that. The rest of the goals are there. There's some pretty lofty goals over the next 5 to 10 years, but things that we can reach and achieve. On the draft policy, it basically talks about what is our standard for, when do we have lights on and off in our buildings, water heater, how hot is the water heater, temperature set at, what are we trying to maintain, ways that we can encourage and promote energy savings. So, in a nutshell, I wanted to throw it out there so you can see what the team is working on. If you have questions, it will be coming back to you for formal approval, I believe, at some point in the not-so-distant future, but gives you an idea of what's out there.
I think
I would just...
the people that have worked on this committee have been very diligent and stuck with it. And we also, any costs we've pretty much covered with a grant from, can't remember, was it?
Department of Economic Development.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was just gonna say that I'd like to commend all the people that have worked on this, even up to this point, because they're doing a lot of good things, and it's a very important undertaking for our city, so.
Absolutely.
You mentioned that new fuel system, Al. What was the cost on that?